How old were you when this happened?
My first experience was 6, and this is someone who is old enough to be my father. I think at that age, that man should be 50.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Living Beyond Limitations. It's the month of March where we celebrate women and mothers. So, today I will be having a conversation with Happiness Nehemiah, the founder of Refined Woman Ministry, whose mission is to restore the brokenhearted to Christ and give them life's meaning through the Word of God. Happiness was a victim of child molestation, but she has been able to heal from her trauma, grow, and thrive beyond her limitations. So let's meet Happiness Nehemiah.
Hello, happiness. Welcome to Living Beyond Limitations. It's good to have you here.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good
I'm
morning.
glad to
Uh,
be
oh, my pleasure.
here.
Okay, so we're talking about child molestation today, and you were a victim of child molestation.
Mm.
For one thing, you've been able to heal, grow, and thrive beyond your limitations. So we'll just discuss your plight going through child molestation and how you've been able to triumph over this year and heal from it. So let me take you back. Let's go back to when it happened. How old were you when this happened?
I was 6.
You were
Um,
sick?
yes, I was
Wow.
6. My first experience was 6. Okay, first I'll start on this note. Um,
Okay.
growing up, growing up with a single mother who happens
Okay.
to be a caretaker, who happens to be everything, my guardian, everything. But, though I
Mm,
wouldn't blame her because she has done her part, but it was just that I was naive at that stage. So the
mm,
first one that happened was a neighbor, like we live in the same compound, and this is someone who is old enough to be my father. I think at that age, that man should be 50, 50.
wow. 50. Wow.
Yes, when I was 6. So this is someone who always lured me with goodies, gifts, and all of that. And my mom felt safe because I don't think the whole thing crossed her mind that someone like this could abuse her child. She
Hmm.
trusted because she saw the act of love. He always
Hmm.
shouts at me anytime he comes around. So and then the second one was like my mother's cousin. My mother's
Wow.
cousin. Yes, he's an uncle. I was 12. I was 12 by then. We went for a wedding in the village, and then this is someone I was meeting for the first time, and I was introduced to him, though they've heard so much about me. And the last time he saw me was when I was very little, and now he heard that I was already in secondary school, and I've grown so fast and all of that.
Hmm.
One of the method he used was pulling me from my mom to join him in a dance.
Oh my
Like everybody
God.
coming out to dance with the groom and all of
Hmm.
that. Yes, he pulled me, we danced, even though I told him I don't know how to dance. But he
Hmm.
was like, he would teach me how to dance. So I was like, if this one is so interested in me, like this is my uncle, Shay, so I supposed to
Hmm.
be free. And funny
Yeah.
enough, he just got married, I think, a month before the time we met.
Wow.
Yes. And I felt this is my uncle, then why not? Why not I should be free around him and all of that. So I followed him after the wedding. He took me in his car. We went back to the house where I and my mom and her siblings slept. From there, he now called me again. He asked someone to look for me and call me. I was with my mom. He said he's going to go and get something. I should accompany him. That was how I went. I followed him. The next thing, somebody parked his car and started touching me. I was like,
Oh,
why are you touching me? Before I knew it, the man said I should keep quiet. That was how the whole thing happened. So the whole thing happened in a very, like in a flash. At that point, it dawned on me that when the whole thing happened, it dawned on
oh,
me that something happened to me and
oh
I
my
was not
God.
myself. I was so depressed that it took me time to heal. I think I was in just one,
Okay.
2009. Yes, that was 2009. I was in, it should be just one. Yeah. So I had to bottle the whole thing. And then when I got to school, I told one of my friend though, thinking she was someone reasonable that could help me, not knowing that I was discussing that to a town crier. I was in a boarding school in Jos, yes. And the next thing she told her, I think she told her bunk mate first. That's, we call it bonky, people who attend boarding school, like someone who you
Yeah.
sleep under, like on
Yeah.
top of. Yes. So she told her, and then I think her bunkie was in SS3. And then before I knew it, the whole seniors in my room got to know. They
Know
called me,
about it.
really? So you're not even a virgin. You're molested. They started laughing at me. Before I knew it,
Wow.
the dining room called me where the set of SS3 girls are seated, asked me to kneel down, and everybody started asking me series of questions, and they were all mocking me.
Oh my
They were
God.
mocking me. So the whole thing just broke me. I was demoralized.
I
I
can
was
imagine.
scared. I began to do things on my own without minding anybody. Like it took me time before I started relating with my peers in the hostel and all of that. So as God will have it, I eventually left the school. So at least
Okay.
that helped me to an extent.
Yeah, I can imagine the stigma that you had to face. Why didn't you tell your mother?
Hmm.
I
Um,
mean, it was just her. You said you were raised by her. It was just both of you, and you were that young. Why didn't you speak out? Why was it difficult for you to share with your mom?
because I know she wouldn't listen to me, and she would, at the end of the day, beat me up.
Beat you up, as in she would blame you?
Yes. Me, at that point, I was threatened,
Mm.
though. The man threatened me. I
Which
was
of
scared.
them, please?
The
When you were
first one,
your neighbor?
yes.
Okay.
The second, I was threatened.
Mm.
I was threatened.
Okay.
But I eventually told my mom when I was in JS3.
Okay.
And the truth is that I wouldn't have told my mom. She wouldn't have known till date.
Why?
And my mom is this tough, tough parent.
Okay.
Yes. She's this person that at every slightest mistake, she reacts. She's not this, should I say, an understanding person, someone who
Okay.
tries to assess or evaluate your emotion. How would you feel? She just reacts.
Yeah.
she react out of proportion. So I felt, what's the essence of telling her? Moreover,
Mm.
I was a smart child. I was a very smart child. I love keeping things to myself. If I'm able to tell you about myself, know that at least you're privileged. So that's just it. I couldn't tell her because I
Mm.
know it will not end well.
So, but when you
Because
eventually did she still blame you, or it was
mom blamed
just overwhelming for her,
my
knowing that
mom
her cousin? Mm.
my mom blamed me. My mom
Oh,
blamed me that I regretted why I told her.
I'm just surprised like she has to blame me. I think a lot of people don't understand. That's why many people don't speak out. You'll be blamed, you'll be judged when really it's not your fault. The
Yeah,
perpetrators are out there living their life, and a lot of times they get to blame the ladies, the girls. I really don't know why. And these are issues we really need to keep
talk
talking about in our
about.
society.
And okay, how she even got to know was we went for prayers. So there is this man that holds prayers in his house and all of that. So while we were praying, I think my mom wanted me to, she needed someone who could lead me to speak in tongues. Or I think she just wanted something. I think she noticed something and then she needed somebody who could pray for me and all of that. So we went to one somebody who is old enough. I think he was about 70 as of that time. I was in JS3. I was in JS3 then. So we went there and then the man asked me, do I speak in tongues and all of that? I said I do, but I have not been doing it frequently, so I
Mm,
can't even remember. I've forgotten the whole thing. So he said he would love me to renew the whole thing and speak in tongues again. I said, okay. He led me, we prayed, we prayed, we prayed. It was just me and him in the room. We prayed, we
mm,
prayed, we prayed, we prayed, we prayed. The next thing, he said there's something he's saying. Is there anything I would love to tell him or tell my mom? I said, no. He said there is something the Lord is showing him. I should say it out so that I can get healed. I said,
yeah.
no.
Mm.
I was not ready to speak out. I was just relying on God to heal me alone with God. I don't want anybody to interfere.
For you to know, yeah.
If anyone interfere, it will be, I won't heal quickly. It will be worse.
Yeah.
I just wanted to handle my mistakes alone, I and God. The man insisted. He called my mom. He now said, do I want to tell my mom? I said, no, I have nothing to say. So he now told my mom to leave, to go back to the sitting room. He now started saying, is there any time at a point in my life somebody molested me or anything? Like he was trying to pick out what from me. I smiled. I didn't say anything. The man said, please, you need to speak out because God really wants to heal you so that you can be a better person. And also, he reminded me of the prophecies over my life.
Mm.
I broke out in tears. I broke out in tears because I knew that I had a prophecy over my life. My birth was a mystery. My birth was a prophecy. So I knew that I needed to heal at that point. I needed help. And if I don't speak out, I won't receive that help.
Oh,
Yeah. So I had to tell him, wow, the man was so shocked. He was like, at your age, did you tell anybody this? I said, no. He was so shocked. He was like, even your mom? I said, no, I didn't tell my mom. Because honestly, my mom also has her own trauma she's dealing with.
yeah.
I didn't want to tell her to add more trauma, like add more
Mm.
to injury to her.
Injury to what? Yeah.
I knew that my mom was going through marital crisis that affected her so badly. So I didn't want to tell her to make her feel like she was she has failed in her motherly duties. You get?
Guilty.
I
Mm-hmm.
keep all of that to myself and allow God to heal me at his own time.
Mm.
So my mom, he told my mom, even though I begged him not to, he said my mom need to know. That means there's
Yeah.
something she's not doing. She need to know all of this. So he told my mom wanted to beat me there.
African mothers.
Yeah. My mom wanted to beat me there. So my mom broke out, said, why am I embarrassing her? My mom said a lot of things.
Oh,
She cried. My mom cried. We went home. My mom cried. My mom said, I am a bad child.
oh
I
my
wanted
God.
to say a lot of things. I don't even care.
Are you serious?
I was like, I fought my battle alone.
Hmm.
So you want to say it because to me, to an extent, my mom was a bit careless with me. She trusted
Okay.
everybody around me.
Everybody. Hmm.
Do you know that till date, I'm still saying that in her. She feel everybody is good.
Okay.
Everybody is good. Everybody can treat her daughter the same way she does. Because this reminded me of a time where I think I traveled to Ilorin and then I think I was something, she was asking me to go to a pastor's house to go and stay. Someone I don't even know. I said no. I was like, don't you know that the same, forgive me, I'm saying this, that is actually coming from me. There are some pastors that they are not trustworthy.
Exactly.
Yes. She feel everyone who is called a man of God or a woman of God is trustworthy.
Hmm.
So, to an extent, I think she contributed to what I went through. But I think I'm learning from her mistakes so
Yeah.
I be able to be a good parent, a
Hmm.
good, a listening mother, and all of that.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I was going to say that, like, a lot of times when people um react and act a certain way, it's because they too they have been traumatized, they have passed through a lot of things, and a lot of times it affects the relationship with their children,
Exactly.
friends, and all family. And there's a saying that hurting people hurt other people. It's not like they are doing it deliberately, but because they are battling with their own trauma, they have not healed properly
Mm.
from their trauma, so they pass it on to the next person around them. So did it affect your relationship with her?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
She was too protective,
Okay.
was too careful.
Mm.
She suspects everything.
Wow.
She just suspect. I think she, to an extent, she lost trust for me. But
Mm.
as it goes on, I had to just hold on to God. When she saw my love in God,
Mm.
how I took God very
Mhm.
serious, and
Yeah.
like that means my daughter is healed. My daughter is a changed daughter.
Awesome.
So for now, if I like, I should go and sleep somewhere. She knows that.
She wouldn't care because she now has a trust for you. Wow. Do you think that there was just something about you that led to you being molested?
Yes,
Did you feel a certain way like, oh my God, there must be something wrong with me?
yes. For me, I feel the devil is just after me.
No,
He
wow.
steal my voice. He knew that
Mm,
prophecy over my life. He knew that I am a voice in this generation. So the only
mm,
way to silence me is to make me get traumatized, depressed. And you know that funny enough, I have been battling trauma for the whole years, like my whole years on earth.
wow. So how have you been able to cope with the trauma?
I pray, that's what I do. That's
Mm,
why I try to avoid places that will trigger me, my triggers.
okay.
I avoid those places. I try to stay glued to God. That's the only thing that helps me. That's the only remedy I have. Because sometimes talking to someone self makes me get angry. I feel like I will be judged or
Mm,
put
yeah.
back a lot of memories to me. So
Mm,
as it goes on, when I was able to I have been able to build a certain level of relationship or relying on God
mm,
process, I was able to build confidence to be able to tell people about it. Because the first
wow.
time I was invited to talk about this topic, people were shocked.
Mm,
My mentor was there. That was his first time hearing that. He was
wow.
shocked. He looked at me and said, and you are strong. And you still
Mm.
act out. Are you sure you're a human being?
Yeah, not everybody would come out and speak
Yes,
up about
yes.
molestation,
We
being
need
molested.
the younger generation to know about
Mm,
this. Not just the younger generation, mothers need to guard their children. It's not
yes.
female child that undergoes such issues. Also
Mm, mm,
male
yeah.
child molested too, but they don't talk about it.
It. Yeah.
Someone who was once molested, even at he's I think he should be 35 now. But if you see the
Wow.
way he doesn't have self control. That's another side effect of it.
Being
But for me,
wow.
the earlier I knew about it, the early time I knew about it, I was able to stay glued to God. If not, I would have lost it. I have had roommate that went through what I went through. Hers was even much more than what I did. She lost herself.
Mm,
She was even helping the devil to even do the things. She was not.
wow.
She was now the one now chasing men around.
Oh my God. Okay. So looking back to everything that happened, would you say it was part of God's plan to refine you?
Yeah, yeah, it was. It was.
Okay.
Um, those experiences built tenacity, resilience,
Mm,
trust,
mm,
God, trust in God. Till
yeah.
date, even in pain, I talk to God first before I talk to anyone.
Mm,
Those experience has built me into would I say um I was matured emotionally at the
mm,
stage that sometimes the way I think and the way I talk like an someone who is so advanced.
um,
That alone, but that experience made me discover purpose.
yeah.
Purpose very early stage.
Mm,
Start ministry
yeah.
since just say I started ministry at the very early stage when I was still a teenager. I started ministry at the
Right.
very early stage, but it was just that I didn't name it.
Mm,
So involved involved in activities that relate to children, that relate to maybe relationship healing, like
From trauma.
I, yes, trauma. I was so much interested in such topics. I just want people to understand that Jesus can heal them, regardless
Hmm.
what they might have gone.
Regardless.
I
Yeah.
want, like, I've always wanted to lend out my voice to advocate for people
Hmm.
who are going through the same circumstances I went through. And I'll continue to do that. So it was
Yes.
a point one day I was just praying. I think it was 2020. I was just asking God that this vision has been long overdue. I want to come out. People know
Hmm.
me. Yes, this lady loves God. She's into
Hmm.
ministry. She was talking about things. While some people were suggesting to me to start the relationship coach. So I was like,
Hmm.
it's not yet time. In as much I'm talking about it, it is not yet time for me to come out to the limelight, tell people this is what I do. Yes, people
Hmm.
in my know about all of this, know about me, but it is not yet time.
Hmm.
2020, I think after the lockdown, that was when the name dropped. I was like, when the name dropped, I was like, I didn't hear you, Lord. What are you saying? He
Yeah.
gave my diary was here, I would have showed you the name. He said, refine woman. I was like, refine woman, what are you refining?
Yeah.
Then it was not in the place of prayer I began to unravel the whole misery or the real meaning of that name. That he's using
Hmm.
voice to amplify other people's voices. He's using my
Yeah.
experience to bring
Your
healing to the
experience.
broken.
Hmm.
Because if I don't comfort, destinies in bondage won't break.
Hmm. Yeah,
They,
that's it.
they won't triumph.
Hmm.
Be free from that bondage. It is until I arise, just like Esther. If Esther did not arise, her people would have still been in bondage.
Bondage. Yeah.
I was like, but you know that I cannot do it though. He was like, I can do it. I began to ask for proof, strategies to set in place to achieve this. Do you know that he gave me steps? He gave me things to do that. Till today, anyone that hears that I pioneer in ministry refinement, they'll be like, happiness, I love that name. To an
Yeah.
extent,
I love
I began
it. Yeah.
to be a fine woman. Even though they don't know why that name was given to me. Some of them don't know. Refined woman. I was like, no. And honestly, I have seen God in all my physical meetings. I have seen God at work. I
Wow.
have the gift of men when it comes to physical
Hmm.
meetings. That
Hmm.
it is very obvious that the hand of God is on me and is on what I am doing to advance the cause of the kingdom.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yes. So I believe that all of those experiences I've gone through in life has shaped me to be
Shape.
someone
Hmm.
who will be a woman of impact in her community.
Yeah.
The experience was not just about me, it was about a generation.
Sure. Ooh. Yeah, I
Someone
love that.
stand in the gap, someone who will be the sacrifice.
Hmm.
Let me not start preaching.
No, preach on, sister. Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
so I love that. Your experience refined
So,
you, and you
if,
now have a ministry, refined woman. So,
yeah,
what's your
yeah.
mission? What do you really do? What's your main focus on?
Um, my mission is to heal the brokenhearted, to restore
Um,
the soul back to Christ through the
hmm,
healing fire of Jesus. Yes. So I used instances like Ruth and Naomi in the Bible, how God restored her life and all of that. and then also Esther in the Bible, how Esther was picked from nobody to somebody, from the slum. So regardless of that situation, God can use your story
Story.
to
Yeah.
one's life. God can use
Exactly.
the circumstances surrounding your life to give you a meaning. So that is
Yeah.
just it.
It
So
sure
the
does.
the core values are to give back love, because people who have gone through trauma, people who have gone through situation need love. And this is
Mm.
the thing that the body of Christ are missing out. We are so full of activity, but we lack love. That one is there.
Love. Oh, exactly.
Instead, we condemn.
Condemn. A lot of condemnation. We are so judgmental. That's why people don't speak out. Yeah. And that's what the Bible is all about. God is love. Jesus is love. If we say we are Christians, I mean, what are we without the love?
Oh God. Yeah.
Yeah. Well said. So, how do we help people that have been molested? As
Okay.
believers, how do we help people that have been molested?
Okay, first I would encourage we listen to them first.
Okay.
Listen without condemning.
Yeah.
Listen, pray for them, encourage them, present in their life. After
Mm.
in Christ, we shouldn't just leave them all by themselves. Be there,
Mm.
present in their lives. And also advocate. We can advocate. Let's
Mm.
learn our voices. Let's
Yeah.
learn voices to stop this siege that has sabotaged destinies, that has sabotaged
Mm.
self-esteem, that has
Yeah.
sabotaged purpose. Because some
Mm.
people that go through the same scenario, they end up murdering themselves.
Yeah.
Murdering.
Yes. Yeah.
So let's learn our voice. Let's advocate for.
Fine.
Let there be a stop to all of this.
Mm.
I believe that if we're able to put in collective effort, the kingdom of hell will not prevail again.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well done. Well done. Well said. Let's work together collectively. And let's listen and not judge. We are too quick to judge and condemn. We listen and we don't judge. So, as we come to an end, what would you like to say to someone who is struggling to go past their trauma? Someone that has experienced what you have been through and is struggling to go past their trauma, to live beyond their limitations, what would you like to say to that person?
Okay. First, I would like to say, if you are yet to know Christ, please
Mm,
accept. If you are yet to acknowledge Him as your Lord and personal Savior, as the only
mm,
one who can heal you completely, please do. Because there are so many people who are
mm,
lost in pain, who don't want anyone to help them. While some of them don't even believe in healing, they don't believe in
mm,
miracles. They feel they can help themselves. Allow God to heal you.
yeah,
Acknowledge that yes, you are helpless, and the only person that can help you is God. The moment you do that, you begin to experience healing.
yes.
He begins to change you. He begins to heal your emotions. You begin to do things that you least imagine, because trauma
Mm,
is dangerous.
yeah,
Don't
beautiful.
be so in self-pity, self-condemnation, regret. That
Mm,
wouldn't solve your problem. That wouldn't heal you. That would
mm,
that would restore you. But only Jesus can restore you.
yeah,
But first, go to Him first before looking for other solutions. Don't go to other solutions and come back to Him. No, let Him be your number one
mm,
priority.
number one. Yeah, So true. Only Jesus can heal.
Yeah,
He's the only one that can heal you totally and restore you. I've been
yeah.
on that journey and I know how I wasn't able to do life without
Mm.
Jesus. Beautiful. Thank you so much for being here. It's been an
Thank
amazing conversation with you. I mean, you're a strong woman and I admire you for that. We're celebrating women. This is Women's Month. Yeah, and we have a strong woman like you here. Well done. I say well done to all you're doing. Well done for being here.
thank you, Mrs. Daniela. Thank you for having me.
Thank you all for watching today's episode of Living Beyond Limitations. Until next time, stay tuned as we bring you more inspiring content like this. Bye for now.